Our next story is actually about a homegirl of mine. Homegirl. This is about Marjorie Taylor Greene. So a lot of people are hit and miss with her and have different opinions about her, depending on what she's talking about or whatever. I get it. And not everyone's a winner all the time. That's for sure. And even if they are, like with Trump, I like Trump. I don't agree with everything, but I like him. So more than I dislike him, I'll be voting for him for sure. I didn't like a lot about him when he ran the first time, and so in my conscience, I couldn't vote for him, and I didn't vote for him. I voted for Gary Johnson, a libertarian candidate from New Mexico, I want to say it was. And I think he was still a great candidate and got no problem doing that. I can sleep easy at night knowing that I voted my conscience. A lot of people are hit and miss with Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's a Georgia girl. I'm from Georgia, so I dig her because she's got that Southern girl fight in her. And I like that, and I appreciate that. And last go around with the podcast, when I was just kind of tiptoeing into this world, one of the things I did do, is I clipped some stuff off of a Timcast video where he was interviewing Marjorie Taylor Greene. I took a lot, and I feel really bad about it, but I did, make sure I shouted out, linked to him, and everything like that. But it was very eye-opening, very just mind-blowing that she's saying that people don't even vote. Like, you go there to the floor and there's hardly anybody there to vote. And she's calling them down there and forcing like everyone to show up to vote and stuff, like you and I think that they do. But no, whoever has the majority just kind of gets whatever they want, it seems like. She called out some other stuff too. It's a great video. It's back in my catalog. You can go check it out. And it's also on Timcast. You can look for his with Marjorie Taylor Greene, and he's got everything. I just clipped some stuff out of it. But let's look at a couple things because they kind of come at her here. It says, from the New Republic, conservatives quickly turn against idiot Marjorie Taylor Greene. The Georgia Republican is fast falling out of favor for her opposition to the Ukraine aid bill, which is not necessarily true. And we're gonna look at that here as we get a little further along. Let's see. I think this is a short article. It says Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene's failed fight to end aid to Ukraine and her sort of serious crusade against House Speaker Mike Johnson. You can tell whoever wrote this is completely biased, right? Her sort of serious crusade against House Speaker Mike Johnson has cost her the support of right-wing media. It's all paid for media. I'm sorry. The Sunday front page of the New York Post, owned by the conservative Murdoch family, was the latest outlet to attack Greene, invoking the Moscow Marjorie nickname coined by former Representative Ken Buck. There it is, the front page. Look at that. It's funny. And we're going to talk about the whole Russia, Ukraine, kind of what it means here in a little bit. But it says Fox News, another arm of the Murdoch media empire, had already taken aim at the Georgia Republican last week, with columnist Liz Peek calling her an idiot and saying she needs to turn all the bombastic, self-serving showmanship and drama queen energy on Democrats. This follows an editorial last month from the Wall Street Journal, also in the Murdoch portfolio, that called Greene Rep. Mayhem Taylor Greene. Hey, mayhem. I dig it. Hit me up, MGT or MTG. MTG won't let me be me, so let me see. They try to shut me down on MTV, but it feels so empty without me. Mayhem Taylor Greene and accuse her. Don't judge me, guys. Don't judge me. I'm tired. I don't feel good. My eyes bothering me. Don't judge me. Anyways, and accused her and her allies of being most interested in TV hits and internet donors. Even a non-Murdoch outlet is on the attack as conservative Las Vegas Review-Journal columnist Deborah Saunders demanded to know who put Marjorie Taylor Greene in charge. Seems like a lot of women attacking a woman. Just point that out from a previous article that I read, or story that we went over. It was only a matter of time before Greene's antics cost her friends in the world of conservative media. She has an old reputation of peddling crazy conspiracy theories. She's been in the feud with fellow far-right Representative Lauren Boebert for quite a while. Let's be clear, Lauren Boebert has been acting kind of inappropriate in public lately, if I'm not mistaken. But she is fine. And she has parroted Russian talking points on Ukraine to the point that even Russian state television is gushing over her. Understand this. When somebody says they're using white supremacy talking points, Russian talking points, communist talking points or whatever. They could basically be tying that into anything that they said. Like, from my understanding, Hitler created the interstate system. So somebody says, hey, Hitler did a great job creating the interstate system. Man, what would we do without it? Oh, he's praising Hitler. No. I'm praising that decision made or whatever. That's what everyone will twist these words. So what does parroting a talking point mean? Lord knows all the stupid talking points that comes out of the mainstream media that people can peddle just to push lies. But, they don't call them that. Anyways, over the weekend, a Russian state TV host described Greene as a real beauty. She is blonde who wears white coats with a fur collar. She demonstrably heterosexual. Yeah, and much along the lines of, what's her name, Lauren Boebert or whatever, MTG can get it too. Meanwhile, Johnson successfully passing aid to Ukraine shows that he is able to deflect her attacks despite the GOP's razor-thin majority in the House. If Greene keeps losing allies, he won't have to worry about her at all. Is that it? That was it. But let's keep going. Okay, so is she alone? Is she an outcast? Is she losing support? Second Republican backs effort to oust Speaker Mike Johnson from power. Rep. Thomas Massie, who is awesome, by the way. Thomas Massie is awesome, of Kentucky, which is a great state, who has another awesome dude from there named Rand Paul. I will not shut up and stop talking about him. I love me some Rand Paul. That dude's going to be president one day before I die. He's got to be. I mean, he's that good. He's one of the only ones that went above and beyond to hold Fauci accountable, and everyone tried to put him down and attack him for it. But he came with a medical background. He knew what he was talking about, and he went after Fauci. Everyone praised the little clips, but did he get the love and support he deserved, truthfully? Probably not. I love me some Rand Paul. Anyways, Rep. Thomas Massie of Kentucky, a member of the Speaker's own Rules Committee, says he will co-sponsor a resolution to remove Johnson as Speaker months before the election. Oh, he's going to co-sponsor it. Who's sponsoring it? That's right, Marjorie Taylor Greene. So there's her some support right there. Let's go to another one. House Republican infighting getting worse after foreign aid vote. One GOP lawmaker said he serves with some real scumbags, while others fought over Speaker Mike Johnson's strategy for bringing up the aid package. Matt Gaetz is another one. Dude's the bomb. I like me some Matt Gaetz too. The House came together Saturday to pass a sweeping $95 billion foreign aid package, a rare moment of bipartisan cooperation in the closely divided chamber. But the move only intensified infighting among House Republicans, who split sharply on the strategy to deliver assistance to foreign allies, including Ukraine and Israel. In social media posts and TV interviews afterward, House Republicans took aim at one another in unusually sharp terms over the events that led up to the vote. Ultimately, House Speaker Mike Johnson had to rely on a majority of Democrats to push through the most controversial piece of the package, $60 billion in aid to Ukraine for its war against Russia, in a gamble that could cost him his speakership. So it doesn't appear that MTG is alone in this, despite what the article and some of the mainstream media try to portray. Here's another stupid article, and this is where I'm going to get to another point. From CNN Politics says some House Republicans need this reminder that Russia is not their friend. What a stupid take. What a stupid take. Republicans aren't pro-Russian. That's the thing. That's when the Moscow Marjorie or whatever it was, these people are not voting this way. Let's go back right here. They're not voting the way they're voting or opposing the aid because they're pro-Russia. Okay? What they are is anti-spending all of our money on a foreign war that we're not involved in. That's what they are. They don't want to keep sending 90 billion here, 60 billion there, 15 billion there, while you and I are struggling to put gas in the car, buy groceries, have a date night once every now and then, pay our light bill, pay our mortgage, our rent. The costs are going up, wages are not, despite what Biden says. They're not going up as fast as inflation is. But here they are voting to send more money to these other wars. of some corrupt countries. Ukraine is not a bastion and a beacon or whatever of democracy. It's not. But yet here we go. We got to protect them because Russia bad. And look, and I get it. I get it. I understand. Because we're anti-Russia. We don't like Russia. I don't think these Republicans like Russia. I don't think they're voting or want to vote against this package because they are pro-Russia. I just think they're tired of us, the taxpayers, our country, being taken advantage of. And I think that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Remember when Trump had that town hall hosted by CNN, by that idiot, not Trump, what's his name? Steven Crowder. Says the lady with the hairy arms. They try to make her the it girl, and Trump railroaded over her. You guys remember that town hall?
It'll be absolutely
over. Do you want
over.
Ukraine to win this war?
I don't think in terms of winning and losing. I think in terms of getting it settled so we stop killing all these people and breaking down this country. You have
Mr.
to
President,
get Europe.
can I just follow up on that because that's a really important
Excuse me,
statement
let me
that
just
you just
follow
made
up.
there. Can you say if you want Ukraine or Russia to win this war?
I want everybody to stop dying. They're dying. Russians and Ukrainians. I want them to stop dying, dude.
But you won't say that you want Ukraine to win?
If you remember that town hall, you know that woman tried so hard to get him on any talking point that he could, paint him into a corner, make him just sound bad and get a sound bite that they could use forever and always. He would not let her talk over him, and he called her a nasty person. He pulled out the receipts. That was a great town hall. But back to this story, I mean, that was a great answer, right? It's not about Russia winning or Ukraine winning. It's about people stopping all the death, the senseless loss of life. I mean, isn't that what we want? We want people to quit dying. If they can come to an agreement and stop the war today, that would be significantly better than, oh, we got to make sure this side wins and kills more of their people. Let's end the loss of life. I mean, the Democrats used to be that party that was, you know, the more peace and love and, you know, respecting life and everything party. And now they're more pro-war than Republicans are. And the Republicans are certainly divided. But if you think Republicans are the bad guys here and they're the ones that have lost it, check these guys out. So this was a good take. And I say good by interesting and revealing from a Democratic representative right here. This is on Twitter from Conservative Brief. Other people have shared it too, but it's out there. I'll leave this link in there. It says, watch as liberal rep Gerald Connolly gives insane reasoning behind giving all our cash to Ukraine while giving none to help secure the U.S. border during the illegal immigrant invasion. Again, this segment is not a total breakdown of what that bill was, where the money went, where the money didn't go, or anything like that. But I will say, everything in that bill went to everyone else that's in any kind of conflict, except for us, who was being attacked at our border, but no money went there. The closest thing for anything for us was, I think, they tried to ban TikTok. So, yay. But listen to what he says here. This is kind of crazy to me.
Some say, well, we have to deal with our border first. The Ukrainian-Russian border is our border. It's the border between depraved autocracy and freedom-loving people seeking our democratic way of life. Do we have a stake in that outcome? Yes. Undeniably, yes. Will we rise to the occasion? Will we stand shoulder to shoulder with our Ukrainian brothers and sisters who for 1,151 days have been holding off the depraved, thuggish dictator Vladimir Putin, who has respected no norms of warfare? He's targeted children in hospitals and schools. He's bombed apartment blocks, killing thousands.
So the Ukrainian border is our border. That's what he says. Not worried about our border, our actual border that's being bombarded right now. Not worried about that, but the Ukrainian border is our border. Okay. And I didn't understand that. I didn't understand anything about that. And then he goes on to say that we're supporting Ukraine, who's been fighting Russia for over 1,000 days. There's 365 days in a year. So we're looking at 3 years here, roughly, right around. When's it going to stop? Are we just going to keep funding and keep funding and keep funding and keep funding and keep funding? We're going to run our well dry. You know, in the clip I showed of Trump in the town hall, the longer version of that is really great. He talks about how America has given more financial aid to, or foreign aid, or whatever you want to call it, to Ukraine than like all the European countries that are right there next to them. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, why are we doing it? I understand Israel more because of our long ties to Israel. I'm not saying I agree with it, but that makes more sense to me than Ukraine. I won't get into the conspiracy theories about all the Democrat and Republican politicians who have laundered money, allegedly, possibly through Ukraine, kind of like with the whole Joe Biden thing with his son over there. I'm not going to talk about it, but you know what I'm saying. But my point is, they are all about some Ukraine, aren't they? Oh, yeah, check this out. Speaking of all about Ukraine, this is U.S. House Representatives under the direction of Speaker Mike Johnson. Democrats are celebrating his total capitulation with no victory for securing our border. So this is from Thomas Massey again. Love me some Thomas Massey. And I can't believe I don't follow him. I'm going to now. But yeah, and I think it was the Hodge twins shared this, and they said that Thomas Massey is being threatened for sharing this video. But look at all those Ukrainian flags, not American flags, Ukrainian flags being waved in the people's house. They voted for aid. That's one thing. Then they went around handing out flags and they're waving flags. These people will wave a Ukrainian flag, a Palestinian flag, an Israel flag, an LGBTQ flag, and, you know, whatever else before they wave an American flag. And something I've said before, I'm going to take you off of this for now because that's just disheartening to look at. I'm going to take it off my screen too. Ugh. But something I mentioned before was when on another episode, when Biden went on to the Seth Meyers late night show, I think it was, he had a lapel pin on, and it was the American flag and the Ukraine flag. I'm sorry. If you're repping America, you rep America. There's no other country equal. There's no other country we should be built up to it. Again, love you guys, whatever country you're in, but I'm speaking on behalf of like politicians here. If their job is to represent America, they should be America first. Because if they're not America first, then we need to be voting them out. That's all there is to it. Left or right, they need to go. That's my humble yet accurate opinion from an American who lives in America, who cares about Americans before anybody else. Just like in my house, I care about my wife and my daughter before I care about anybody else. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And I love you. Don't get me wrong. But my wife and my daughter, they come before everybody, anybody and everybody. So why aren't we as a country like that? I get trying to be nice, but then there's being taken advantage of. And again, left or right, Republican, Democrat, black, white, young, old, independent, third part, whatever. It doesn't matter who they are. If you're an American and you've got somebody running in your district for House or Senate or local or president, whatever it may be, look, if they're not America first, then who are they putting first? Who is their sponsors? Who they have alignment and allegiances to? These are questions you need to be asking. It's been very, very apparent here that these people do not care about this country as much as they do about others.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out this clip from the Morning Mayhem. Remember, this is just a portion of the full show that comes out every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. If you hadn't already, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the full shows or these tasty little nuggets.